Practicing in the youth court is different because children are incredibly vulnerable because they are children, but also we know that the cohort of children who go to the youth court are particularly vulnerable. We know they're likely to have communication difficulties. Research shows that at least 60% will have identified communication needs. There are higher levels of autism, higher levels of mental illness, and other difficulties that affect children in two ways. One, it will mean that the solicitor needs to communicate with them in a different way. They need to simplify their language and engage with the child, which may take a little longer and may require the solicitor to have an expertise or understanding of the difficulties that that child has. But also it may affect the way that they conduct the case. So it's really important that they understand not only the difficulties the child has, but also how that will affect the way in which they conduct the litigation. In some cases, it will mean that they will need to instruct an expert to find out more about how that difficulty affected either the child in the way they committed the offence or how they will be able to understand and effectively participate in the court proceedings.
I think what makes practicing in the youth court different is the specialist skill set that you must have in order to do it. And I think that you are dealing with vulnerable young people who require a completely different service to that in the adult courts. Everything is different about it. The knowledge that you must apply, the way that you must speak to the magistrates or the tribunal, and the way that you must engage with the client, which of course is a very young person. And also the youth offending teams, the social workers, the communication aspect with a wider range of people in order to help and really provide a fantastic service. That's what's different about it.
Practicing in the youth court is completely different to the magistrates' court because obviously the clients can be, I think, a lot more unpredictable and more complex in terms of their needs because of their age and the kind of issues that young people have that find themselves in the youth justice system, and also because of the seriousness of the offences that you could deal with. Ordinarily in the youth court you could deal with a robbery case or some sexual offences that would normally be in the Crown Court for adults. So the complexity of the work and the clients is completely different.